Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our legal program today. And today we'll be discussing about the recent changes introduced by the Home Office under the Immigration Changes Statement of Change AC 1333, which was introduced on 14th of October 2025. There are some major changes regarding English requirement for the immigration economic visa applicants and then for the graduate routes as well. And we have seen a major update on the part suitability as well. And there are some other areas that has been introduced changes under this estimate. However, we will be mainly discussing about the graduate visa route and then uh, the part suitability and the English requirement today. And in today's session, we are joined with Mr. K. O. Farooq, Solicitor and Director of Avista Solicitors. Mr. Farooq, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Joydev, for inviting me.
As you are aware, under the statement of changes, there are lots of changes introduced. So, if you just go to the changes in a summary for the basic changes.
Well, this is the government's wider immigration changes projects, and 14th of August is one phase. They implemented one of the phases. You know, when the government mentioned about white paper in May, you remember, and then they are bringing all these immigration rule changes step by step. We have seen 22nd of July, lots of changes. And then we are seeing now 14th of October last week. So basically, the government has been saying about this, that they're gonna up the threshold of English language requirement, which they have done it at the end, which means in the past, if you are coming to work in the UK or you are switching to a skilled worker visa, the level of English was like it's like B1, which is, if you compare with IELTS, which is like 4. Now it has gone up to 6, 5.5 to 6, which is B2. So anybody switching to skilled worker visa or coming from abroad as a skilled worker visa, you will require to show that you have intermediate level of English, which is B2, number one. This is the major changes. And this will come into effect from 8th of January 2026. Another changes came into effect, will come into effect, graduate visa. It was not surprising. Government has been saying this for a long time, that they're going to cut down the graduate visa from 2 years to 18 months or whatsoever. You know, like in the past, it used to be called postgraduate visa, and it was closed back in 2012, if I'm not wrong. And then 2019-20, during the time, government introduced the same route, but in a different name, like graduate visa. And government was thinking that there's too many people are on this visa, and they are not actually doing the graduate level job. They're doing like a manual job. So, and also, this government immigration policy. So they promised that they're gonna cut it down. So it's 18 months. But bear in mind, if you have completed a PhD degree, it used to be 3 years. There is no change. Still, you have graduate visa for 3 years. Then another change came. Character, this part 7 of the immigration rules, which deals with mandatory refusal or refusal grounds.
I think it's
And
part 9, right? Part
yes,
9.
part 9. Yeah, part 9. Yeah. And it used to be like, it's anybody going through immigration rules or law, they will think that this is very confusing. So it used to be refusal grounds part 9 for every area of immigration, like family, work, visitor, different rules. Now they have changed it into in one rules, part suitability. So these are the major changes that took the Home Secretary declared on 14th of October. Obviously, it is coming into effect later date. And another one was Botswana, which used to be like a not a visa-free country. It used to be like they had to take a electronic travel authorization, but the government saw so many people from Botswana coming and claim asylum. So it came as a visa national country. That means they have to take a visa like visitor visa if they want to visit the UK. Also, innovator founder visa. You probably know that startup visa, which is closed now. Innovator founder visa is opened for a student, anybody who has completed the course in the UK, and they have an innovative idea which is not in the market already, and they can apply this innovative founder visa. Obviously, we will discuss about this later on. Also, high potential individual visa. It is probably we don't see that many clients in that route, but they said like they will take 100 top university in the world, and anybody can come and without a sponsor and stay here for to look for a job and stuff. But they have put a cap, 8,000. So these are the basically major changes. You know.
Okay, we'll go one by one because I have got some question for you, to be fair. So the government has also explained in their explanatory note why they are introducing the changes, and you have already explained that in graduate route, that's mainly because the graduates are not taking the jobs to their level. That means level 6. They're taking jobs under their level. Okay, so government is not getting the tax. So the main purpose for the graduate route is not being satisfied. So that's why they're, I mean, reducing the time period a graduate can stay in the UK without any sponsorship. But my question is, does it help? 24 months to 18 months. Does it help actually?
Well, I don't know. This is probably is personally, I think what the government will do, they will see the practical impact probably another couple of years later, and they will assess, and they probably will bring it down to probably a few more months, like maybe 1 year or 6 months. You never know. They can completely abolish it if they see it's not bringing any benefit to the country and to the economy. So 24 months, 18 months, I find it quite weird, you know, to be honest.
Hmm. Thank you. And as you have already explained regarding English, it's going to be tougher for the economic migrants and, for example, the skilled worker applicants and then high potential individuals on scale visas. So yes, it's going to be, I mean, yeah, a step up for the applicants. I'm not sure whether it's going to be also applicable for the dependents as well, because as we have seen previously, the government is planning to apply those rules for dependent as well. But in this statement of changes, I haven't found anything like that. Probably they haven't. This, I mean, there is no rules. I mean, this rule is not coming for the dependent for now, but we'll of course see in the future how it goes. So, regarding the part suitability and part 9, as you are aware that the previous rule, the appendix private life, family life, and appendix settlement, family life, that particular suitability rules for those route was quite generous to this part 9, which is introduced. And also, as I've seen that paragraph 39E regarding the oversteer, it's also going to be added in that suitability route.
Yes, yes.
So how do you
I
think
think
about it?
I think this is not a good news, to be honest. Um, used to be like because every category of visa, like family visa, as you mentioned, um, asylum, family visit visa, skilled worker, they had a separate part 9 rules, and some of them were quite lenient, some of them were a bit harsh. Now they have generalized it for every areas of immigration area. So maybe some might be happier, some might be probably it's not that good news for you, for them. But we'll see how the government, how it pans out. The government hasn't implemented those pattern non-suitability in real cases. So we'll see throughout our practice. And the other one you said, graduate visa dependent, whether they will require any English or not. Government hasn't clarified yet.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So yes, if I just summarize it, so the changes to the English language requirement that will be coming into effect on 8th of January 2026, and it only applicable for the new visa applications, not the existing visa applications. So if you have
Exactly.
got a skilled worker visa applications granted already before this one, so you will be under the B1, not B2 route. And also the graduate route to 18 months, it will also apply to the new applications submitted on or after 1st of January 2027. And just to note that the PhD candidates, they will continue to get the 3 years graduate visa. So there is no change in that. It's only for the other routes. And we haven't got any time frame for the suitability. So we believe it will be applicable as soon as it is, I think it's 14th of October. There is a small section I want to take note of it, and it's regarding Palestine. You know, UK has recognized Palestine, and now we have seen that the Palestine, it was previously mentioned as occupied Palestine. So it's not now occupied Palestine, it's just Palestine, and UK has added Palestine to the visa national list. So that means they will require visa. Is that right?
Absolutely. So anybody who wants to come from Palestine, because the UK government has recognized Palestine as an independent separate state, so they will have to go through the same procedure of applying for a visa and stuff.
Okay. So I believe that's it for today. Do you have any other words for our?
Just one more. Skill worker, this ISC skills, immigration skill charge, which is, I believe it was mentioned in the estimate of change on 4th October that later this week it will increase 32%. So at the moment, if the company's turnover is like 10 million or less, or has got more less than 50 employees, so if you want to recruit one employee, then you have to pay a fee to the home office, which is called immigration skill charge. It's per employee 324, which has increased already 32%. So if you want to assign a cost for 5 years, it used to be 1820, now probably another 32%, which is about 400-500 more. So bear in mind. So that's it basically.
That's quite some news for the employer, isn't it? It's quite some money they need to spend actually.
Well, unfortunately, it is.
So
Yeah.
can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I think your screen froze, but it's
I
fine
think
now.
there's a bit network.
Mm.
Okay. So I was just clearing how Avista can help in this regard after this statement of changes.
Well, if you have a cause ready or you are expecting a cause, apply before the new rules come into effect, especially the English requirement. So still you got few months. Don't delay. I always say this, stitching time saves nines. This is the main problem, especially young people. They just leave it for, okay, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Last week we had a client. Well, we have a client and he came to me that how much is gonna be the stuff like cost fee and application fee. I gave him an idea how much it's gonna cost. The same day, statement of changes came out. I had to call him. Listen, the estimate I gave you is not right. It's gonna go up another 400-500 pounds. So bear in mind. So immigration rule is fluid, always changing. You never know. Sometimes I say like in the morning one rule, in the afternoon. So don't delay. If you have a pending cause or if you cause ready, just apply. Okay.
Thank you. And also, the way immigration law is changing, it's also important that every single matter is fact specific. So it depends on the immigration history of every applicant as well. So yes, if you have any specific question or you want any legal advice, of course you can contact Avista Solicitors at the given email or the phone number. So I think that will be it for today. So thank you, Mr.
Just before,
Farooq.
sorry, just to add one more thing. Recently, there has been a trend that Home Office is refusing a lot of undefined cause application in the UK, which is quite surprising. In the old days, rarely you would have heard that they have interviewed an applicant and a sponsor, but it's becoming quite a thing nowadays. The Home Office is refusing frequently undefined cause application, which is application in the UK. So make sure whether you apply yourself or you apply through a legal representative, they make sure everything, like whether the job you are going to do is in line with your education and experience. Say, for example, you have a law degree in the UK and you have been given a bricklayer job. Does it make sense? In the old days, no problem. Nowadays, the Home Office meticulously check and it's likely to be refused. So make sure this doesn't happen. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much for inviting me to this program. Have a
All
good
right,
evening,
thank
everyone.
you.